So the garden is wild. It is grown up and weedy in so many places. I've got the water running right now. This is actually kale coming back up on its own. It's a pumpkin. The zinnias are in full bloom. There's a few peppers down in there that you can see. One of my leeks has fallen over. Yeah. Wild. Cucumbers are still putting out. Got a few carrots left. This sunflower has just continued to bloom and be covered in pollinators. Our cucamelon trellis has tons still on it, and we have been picking them. Let's see if it'll focus. Are those burgundy sunflowers not gorgeous? But there are tons of cucamelons everywhere. Peppers over here are all loaded. Everything's doing pretty well. I've picked so many jalapenos, it's not even funny, and Tabasco and cayennes. Got some more violet sparkles about ready. I'm excited because I have Sugar Rush Peach this year, and they're making. And then I planted Gobstopper and Champagne Bubbles tomatoes, and the Champagne Bubbles cherry tomatoes have quickly become my favorites. Got some zinnias that volunteered to come back up this year. Nasturtium's hanging on, but the heat's getting it to it. The dahlias have done really well. We've actually not gotten any ground cherries, surprisingly. The weather's just been too off and on for those. So I planted a lot of sunflowers back here, and some Tithonia, which is a Mexican sunflower. They're soft and velvety. I really like them. Coda says hi! But we've ended up with this nice row back here that is just full of sunflowers. None of mine are quite as big as Brooke's, but those are definitely my favorite so far. They all just make me happy. Don't they, Coda? Coda says I like them too, but I want to eat them. You smell the sunflower. I just realized that the cucamelon grabbed Brooke's sunflower, and there's several up in there that are ready, and it's all the way up in there. There's no way I can reach those ever, but the birds will get them. So I am gonna go through this tunnel and show this, how pretty these are, how just vibrant red these are. And I need to look up the variety because I put tags down in the ground, but I'll have to get those out. I know those are the lemon back there, but the pollinators have just loved these. This is a dahlia we planted from seed this year, and it has been absolutely gorgeous. We got it from Baker Creek, and I'm just in love. It is about 2.5, 3 feet tall. This is another variety, but I don't have any open blooms to show you. It is a little bit taller. Actually, nope, that belongs to that one. Okay, so this is a little Kajari melon. We've tried growing several in this spot, and the squirrels kept eating them, but so far he's holding strong. In the grass, we have a watermelon. It's a sugar baby. There's a couple of little ones on there. If they do anything, I'll be happy. We pulled out all but one of the squash and zucchini because of the bugs. My okra is completely grown up. We have volunteer beans between chickens and rain that ended up down here. But okra's doing pretty well. Enough for us to eat some fresh every couple of days off of. Our fish pepper is finally doing something. There we go. There's one that's actually still attached. This is an ahi pineapple. That's what it says. We'll see. The sad little paprika is still hanging in there. Most of the bush beans are finished up. This, both of these tomatoes just kind of took over and I let them. This is a Berry's Crazy Cherry and then a Pink Bumblebee, both of which are favorites. If you hear noise in the background, my husband's mowing, so hopefully you can hear me. We have some baby spoon tomatoes. That actually got planted really late, but it's doing pretty well. I've picked several bell peppers, the hornworms and cutworms. This is a Sunbright. It should change soon, hopefully. Are getting more than I am off of these. These are loaded. We lost the marker for that one. We know one of 3 varieties it might be. Got some bell peppers turning. Walk around. This is a Arkansas Traveler that we tried this year. So far, really impressed. They've done good. It's produced a lot. Abe Lincoln has done good. Paul Robeson is a darker tomato. I have found that they're ugly, and I know that sounds horrible, but they easily get ugly. They crack easily here, and I don't know if it's just my area because a lot of people told me they were really good tomatoes. The Isis Candy, it's been okay. I've had a little bit of a blight on it, and it got a lot bigger than I expected the fruit to get. The Dances with Smurfs has been phenomenal. Really good flavor, very interesting plant. And then of course we're on the other side of the Pink Bumblebee and the Berry's Crazy Tomato, or Berry's Crazy Cherry, which is fixing to put out tons more again. I mean, it's still just loaded, and we've been eating handfuls of these every day. We've got this triple crop right here. It's got 1 or 2 more still on it that we'll get. There's a grape beside it. Grape tomatoes we've been eating pretty much like the Berry's Crazy Cherries. We don't get quite as many, but they're really good. The chocolate cherries and black cherries in here. The Chernobyl we've gotten 2 or 3 fruits off of. They've been an interesting flavor for a yellow tomato. I really like them. But I'm not sold. The plant has struggled a lot. This, bless it, solar flare has just fell over. White cherry, I need to pick these. We've got tons. And I picked a lot of my Romas, and this is a pineapple here. A Kellogg's Breakfast, which has given us our biggest tomatoes we've had this year so far. And then my sickly Dad's Sunset on the end. So, garden's struggling. I'm struggling because it's hot, so it's not well weeded. So it's going to continue to struggle. But it's still giving us plenty of food. So my update is really that I don't have a lot to update because the garden is growing up. A lot of things are finishing up. I've got water all over me from spraying, trying to keep up with bugs and the heat. The humidity here causes a lot of issues with bacterial and fungal stuff on my tomatoes. But all in all, we've had a pretty successful year, especially with tomatoes. I've been picking buckets of tomatoes. I've put up several jars. Each week I've cooked fresh with them. Today I made salsa out of a sink full of tomatoes and jalapenos and onions and stuff from the garden. So it's been really cool to be able to cook out of the garden and eat fresh. But it's starting to wind down. I'm thinking about starting a few things for fall weather, but Honestly, this time of year gets really crazy for us. School's starting back, sports, band, you know, just a lot going on. So we'll see. I'll probably put out a few things. But until next time, guys, bye.